Before we go to the tutorial, I would like to introduce with you my Discord server for competitive programming and algorithms. It's a place to learn, share, and prepare for coding competitions. Check out the links in the description to join and let's improve together. Now let's start. Now we shall start with the first problem, special characters. In this problem, we are given an integer n, and our task is to build a string of uppercase Latin letters. There must be exactly n special character in this string, and let's call a character special if it's equal to exactly one of its neighbor. For example, there are six special characters in the AAIBAACC string at position 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Print any suitable string or report that there's no such string. So for this problem, our strategy is to determine. First, if n is odd, there's no solution. There's no solution. And if n is even, so our strategy is we will make it into form A B B A B B. Okay, so our strategy is here is when we put a pair of A in the first operation, we shall add a pair of B in the second operation, and it will lead this string into special because we can see here like A B B. So this is special, right? Yeah. And for another case, A B B A, and this is special too. Yeah, so this is our strategy for this problem, and this is my code. Okay, I check if n is odd, so there's no solution. If it's even, so I just print. If I here is odd, so I print AA, else I print BB. Okay, so it's the end of the first problem. We continue with the second problem, array fix. So in this problem, we are given an integer array A with length n. So and we need to perform the following operation any number of times. The operation is we take any elements in the array A, and which is this 10, delete it and insert it the digits that elements consisted of in the same position in order they appear in the elements. For example, if we apply this operation to the third elements of the array 12, 3, 45, and 67, then the array will become 12, 3, 4, 5, 67. And if we apply the operation to the second elements of the array 2, 10, the array will become 2, 1, 0. So our task is to determine whether it's possible to make a sorted in non-descending order using the operation in any number of times, possibly 0. In other words, you have to determine if it's possible to transform the array in a such way that make this array satisfy this condition, and k is the length of the array. So for this problem, for example, we have this. I have this array 12, 3, 45, 67. So our strategy is to run from the first of the array to the final of the array, and we check if we can apply the operation like we run here I is like if I is 2, so we check if we can run the operation in the first 2 elements in the array, and we will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 67. Yeah, and we check if this is sorted. Okay, we can see it's sorted, so it's a way. And why we need to apply in the prefix of the array, not in some element here, because if there's an element of two digits before the element that we apply operation, like this is 45, right? So if we apply this here, so it will become 4 and 5, and it's absolutely smaller than the first element here. So we need to apply it from the first of the array, from the beginning of the array to iterator I in this operation. And this is our strategy to solve this problem. It's kind of easy here. Yeah, I check if this string if this array is already sorted. If it's not, so I run I from 1 to n, and I run j from 1 to I, that I have separate the element from 1 to I, and I push it in the array, and in the left of the array I will say this one. So I just put it in the same vector. Yeah, and I check if this problem is solvable, but I check if this array is already sorted. If it's sorted, I print yes, and if not, it's no. So this is the end of the second problem. Now we will move on to the third problem, arrow path. In this problem, we are given a grid consisting of two rows and n columns. The rows are numbered from 1 to 2 from the top to bottom. The columns are numbered from 1 to n from left to right. Each cell of the grid contains an arrow pointer either to the left or to the right. No arrow points outside the grid. And we have a robot that starts in cell 1, 1. Every second, the following up 2 actions happen one after another. Firstly, the robot moves left, right, down, or up. It can go out the grid, yeah. And then it moves along the arrow that is placed in the current cell, the cell that this robot have moved to. And our task is to determine whether the robot can reach the cell 2, and it's the final cell here. And we start from this cell. So how can we solve this problem? Okay, I just write down. For example, okay, I know that if I start with this position, right, so I can move left or down. So after this operation, I can know that what position that I go to. So here, if I move to here, so with this array, the arrow, it will move here to here, and this is my final the final position. And if I move to here, so I will end up here. And I know, after I know that, so I can make a move not from here to here and from here to here. I can make I would say a path from here to here directly to here, not through one location here. So with this solution, I can make it into a graph problem. And I just need to use BFS to check whether it has a way to go to this cell. And this is my code. Okay, I check I can reach location 1 1, and I said it's 1. So I check the new position after my first move here, from here to here. Yeah, and I can see the arrow that I moved to. So I moved from here to here, and I get the final position, and I push it to the queue. So I just, and in the end I check if reach is location 2 and is reachable. So I will print yes or no. Okay, so it's the end of problem C. Now we move to the final problems, tandem repeat. In this problem, we are given a string S consisting of lowercase Latin letters R and R question mark. What is the tandem repeat? The tandem repeat is a string of even length such that its first half is equal to its second half. I will make an example. I B is a tandem repeat, and this is not a tandem repeat because my first half here is not equal to the second first half here. So this is the tandem repeat, and this is not. And they ask us if the longest substring in this string is a tandem repeat, and we can replace the question mark here with any letters. So we will ask the maximum possible longest tandem repeat in this string, and it's a substring. Okay, so how can we solve this problem? I will define dpij is the longest. I will do it again. dpij is the longest prefix that ends with I and J. Alright, so if I will say it's a string S, right? If Si is equal to Sj, so dpij, I will have a formula. dpij is equal to dpi minus 1 and j minus 1. Why is it? Let's, for example, we have ai here, okay, and bb. So if this character is equal to this character, we can say that we can see the two character here is equal, right? So if the character here to here is longest prefix is 1, so we add b in the longest prefix and it become 2, so we will have this formula. Okay, so if Si is not equal to Sj, so what happened? So dpij is 0 because it's, it's the longest prefix that ends with I and j. It ends with I and j. Yeah, it ends with I and j. So if it's not end with I and j, so it's not it if Si is not equal to Sj, so it will not end with I and j, so it will be 0. In here we will check because we have a question mark in the problem, so we will check if Si or question mark or Sj is question mark, because it can be replaced if Si is question mark and Sj is Z, right? So we can replace Si with Z. So yeah, it will satisfy this condition, and so on for Sj. So it's the end of this problem, and this is my code. Okay, I check if it satisfy the condition, and I add 1 to dpij, or dpij is equal to 0. Yeah, and I need to check another case. Dpij that will make some impact on our answer if and only if dpij is equal to j minus 1. Why is it? Because like I have this example, and I is 1 and I is 2, j is 4. So the length of the first half of the tandem repeat is 4 minus 2 is 2, right? And now we'll check if this one is equal to this one. So this longest prefix is this, and the length is this. So we will check if the longest prefix is also equal to the length of the string here. So it will be satisfy our condition here. I will add it to the answer. We check it, the maximum answer here, and we print the answer out. So it's the end of the fourth problem.